Hey guys, I'm back and I have tea because I, for some reason, am in love with tea. So, anyhow, it's warm and I don't leave it. Anyhow, so spring break started for me in my school, and we are seriously 3 weeks behind on it, and I'm like, you fucking serious, mate? Anyhow, besides that, this is the craziest thing that has probably ever happened to me, and I've been like literally the other day I was like sitting in my room thinking, what's the craziest thing that could have ever happened to me? Like, yeah, my mom drove me into the middle of the desert trying to kill me, but that's the craziest. Or she tried to chase me with a knife. Craziest? No. What happened like 3 days ago is the craziest. So, this story makes me want to shit myself, and I don't think I'm ever going to go outside and ever again, like at night. So I want to read what I have written down, and I have like fucking shit written. It's like, so it is April 4th, 2016, 11:14 p.m. It's important because I got home maybe like at 11. So this happened at like 10:30. This was seriously maybe not even a 15-minute thing that happened, but that was the scariest 15 minutes in my life. I was just like, oh my god, this is okay. I want to read it. I went to the park with my friend, thinking it was a good idea, even though it's like the middle of the night. I note on this, me and my friend, so she was staying like 2 nights, and my sister had another friend come over stay the night, and we're like, we're all hanging out and stuff. Then me and my friend were like, oh no, I want some fresh air. Let's go for a walk and talk, and let's tell my sister, other friend, that we're going to the middle school instead of the park next to the high school, which is probably like fucking not even that far from each other, but still. So so we get to the park and begin swinging for less than 3 minutes, and we both see this car on the other side of the park, and it's like, so I was in a panic. I was just typing so I could get this written out, so I could actually make a video about it, because bitches need to hear about this. So this preview, when we were walking, we were talking about how to get away with murder, perfect thing. How this house, a couple houses away from me, literally smells like weed and probably sells weed outside of it. Not even kidding. And about this pedophile dude that is in Longmont and has harassed kids that I've known too, I think. At least one of the kids I know. And my friend tagged me in a post on it on Facebook. I was like, you know what, I'm not leaving it at home. My knife. Anyhow, so we're talking about this stuff. Then we finally get to the park, and seriously, swinging for less than maybe 2 minutes, I want to say. It was not that long. So we both see this car on the side, and so it's like slowing. So how do I describe it? So this is a street. Here's the park, and here's another street on this side. Then there's this alleyway this way, like from the park through the a few trees and some grass. Note, the park is probably like 100 feet by 100 feet. So the park's really not that big, like where the sand is and stuff, and the playground. So like it's like that big compared to like this. But so we're at the swings, and so there's a street here. Then there's this other street this way going to some houses down this way farther, and then a bit up here. Then this way is like apartment areas. Good to know, because the motherfucker. So this car slowed down and parks completely on the other side next to the houses, not next to the park, but the houses, and so he stops completely, and my heart drops. And I'm just like, so I felt like it was my stepmom's sister, as he saw me outside this late and I was going to get in trouble. So I'm like, dude, maybe we should get going, because that car just completely stopped. And she's like, yeah, maybe we could. So, but the car, like, right when we were talking about this and we were about to get up and leave, the car, like, drives off into, like, the little gateway area to the apartment areas. I'm, like, shaking. But so he turns in there, and then, like, you know what, this is going to your house. Let's do a whole circle around the park area and get back to my house, because this was a fast way to get to my friend's house if we were really thinking about it, but we didn't want to go that way and take longer. You know, it's weird. And so we're walking that way, And when we're walking this way, there's like this little table picnic area, you know, like those things at the parks where people sit and have picnics, and a small playground and a bigger playground. So we all see this car go in there and do like a U-turn inside there, and my friends like already walking off, I think, and I was like standing there looking at the car, seeing what the car was doing. And it takes me like 5 seconds to realize the motherfucker was driving on the sidewalk, not the sidewalk, on the grass towards us. I was like about to cry right there. I'm like, Summer, dude, he's all on the grass. And she's like, what are you talking about? So she looks and she's like, fuck. So I'm like, go to the picnic table, let's go over there. But I was like thinking in my head really quickly, I'm like, no, the motherfucker could drive on the picnic table and still hit us. I'm like, no, get on the playground. It's higher, safer, and it's all metal. Get on the playground. So I'm basically yelling, like, you know, my horror movie instincts kick in. And so we get on the playground, and literally when the motherfucker, like, he was probably like 2 feet behind us. Well, he was on the grass and we were in the sand. But if we were like right in front of the car, he was like probably maybe 5 or 6 feet behind us when we finally got on the playground. And he's like slows down like 10 miles maybe. He's going like 100 though. But he slows down so little, and he begins yelling out of his window. My friend thought he said like get up here or something like that too. And oh my god, he like drove off. Then he drove. There's this way off the road next to there. Then there's a high school down this way. So my friend says she saw him go that way, and it was a dude. Matter of fact, we saw a dude. So we think the car's going to do another U-turn. So we book it. So there's like this alley area in front of the park, like where the guy was driving. There's some trees and a little bit more grass. So we book it through there. I'm like, I know one of my friends used to live back here, and I know if we could hire out front of his house, and if the car comes back, there's like this area between the two houses where we could go back, and there's this huge grass field which would be hard for a car to get back there. Probably wouldn't, but you know what I'm thinking. Anyhow, so we ran. We knocked on the first door. We saw like well, ow, that hurt. But like looking like crazy knocking, and I was like ringing the doorbell. I'm like, bitch, open up! I'm not dying. So we're going crazy. No one answers the damn door. I'm like, what is this? Open up! And like I kept like we ran a few houses down. Like we ran, I should say, to a few more houses to see. I was like, I'm like, dude, what house looks like an old person lives in? Because I'm not trusting no young people. Because, you know. Anyhow, so we all found this one house with the front room lights on, and of course we think someone's inside the house because the lights are on. So we decided that we called the cops, and I swear to God, when we were my friend, she's all like, because I think she kept, how do you explain this? So the street where the high school is and the guy drove down, if you go the opposite way of the high school, there were like streets, and we could look down that street. And my friend said she saw a small black car going up and down that street, like just looking at us, something like that. So that freaked us out. So we've been talking about what happened, and we're like, that looks like the car of the pedophiles. So we're like, oh, that's great. Then the guy, so like 20 minutes later, the guy comes home, and he was very confused by this. 2 teenage girls trying to get into his backyard with a fence. Was my old friend's house. Anyhow. So we tell him what happened, and I remember my friend told me what the guy looked like, and it was a ginger with a beard. Guess what the guy looked like? I was seriously sitting there like, okay, dude, come over here. Back the fuck up. Like, I don't want my other best friend dead. Get over here. So I'm like, yeah, Summer, we could just wait for the cops over here. So we stand outside the house, and the guy's like, yeah, just stay out here. Like, literally, he said, okay, just stand out here. Like, bitch, there's 2 teenage females outside your house having panic attacks. Why don't you let them in? But I wasn't going to go in there because, like, sink, motherfucker. Anyhow, I told her after he goes inside, I'm like, dude, that looks like the pedophile you described. Besides, so that happened, and that's how my spring break started. That is seriously the craziest thing that happened. Then we had to wake her mom up, and she drove us home, and oh my god. And like, I was expecting a cop car to come way sooner than 20 minutes because it was seriously such a long time since the cop got them. And I didn't expect the motherfucker to come on a damn motorcycle. I was hoping to have a cop car and he could drive us home. And I was just like, oh my fucking god, we could have fucking died. But of course, me being paranoid and hearing about a pedophile being in my town, I had a knife with me because I'm not letting some motherfucker try to get up in me and be, you know, I'm overprotective of myself and people I care about. So I had a knife with me. I found it in it's like a fucking last summer probably. I don't know. I found it a long time ago, but so I had a knife with me, and I was not going to let no motherfucker grab my friend, me, or, you know, I was going to stab a motherfucker. So that's what happened in the beginning of my spring break. This is not a fake story. You can ask my friend, because we seriously came home, and I was like, I told my dad to, like, about 20 minutes after coming home and stuff like that. I was like, you know what, my dad deserves to know about me doing this. You know, he's going, I'm sorry, I stopped abruptly talking because my brain stopped working. Anyhow, so I'm like, I need to tell my dad about this. So he got really mad at me, like any parent does. But honestly, he's like, you're grounded. And just the day after this happened, I'm like, hey dad, can I go walk down to my grandma's house? Because she was kind of across a few main roads and stuff like that, kind of, not that far, but kind of far, you know? And he's like, yeah, so go ahead. I'm like, thanks, father. But he got mad, freaking all my friends left before my parents went to work. It was great, and I never am going to leave my house without a knife or a weapon or this randomly placed bow and arrow on my little stamp thingy. So, moral of the story is, don't leave your house in the middle of the night without fucking like an army of people, because some motherfuckers will try to scare the shit out of you in the car. And so, how I said earlier, how I walked to my grandma's house, seriously, so I think it's my cousin. I don't know who she is to me. I know she's related to me. I think she's my cousin. But she pulled up next to me and my sister in a car. She had a small black car. She pulled up and she was like, hey kids, want to ride? And she attended the sound like kind of creepy. And me and my I didn't recognize her first off the bat. I was seriously grabbing for my bag because I had my knife in there. I'm like, she's like, don't worry, just me. I'm like, oh. She's like, your grandma had me come pick you up because you guys were taking so long. I was like, not cool, man. I could have got killed last time. You pay like this. But, you know, funny people, man. So, don't trust strangers. Don't go in the fucking park in the middle of the night, because that's not smart. Carry a weapon on you on all times, because that's smart. And yeah, so that's how my spring break started. I hope you like this. I fucking got terrified. Also, side note, that is seriously the fastest and the farthest I ran without fucking running out of breath. That was at least like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. It was probably like 2 or 3 blocks, I want to say. I ran that far, that fast, really quickly with my friend. Well, from the playground to the alley, that's probably like 2 blocks, 1.5 blocks. But still, that's the fastest and the farthest I've ran without dying of breath lost. But that's my story. Hope you liked it. I guess I'm just like, seriously, it's so funny because days before this happened, I was thinking, what crazy thing has ever happened to me where it was just me and my friend, no family involved? Then this happened. So, if there's a pedophile in your town, you hear about it, don't go to the park in the middle of the night. It's moral of the lesson. So I hope you guys like this. Like if you want, subscribe if you want, if you're the first time seeing this video on my channel. But yeah, so I could have died, but I didn't. So I live that life, and I'm going to commit suicide probably. So bye.